Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's week 10 in the NFL, and we're talking right now with Doug Upstone. We're going to do our weekly, regular weekly segment, False Favorites and Live Underdogs. Doug Upstone, thanks for being back with us.
Peter, glad to be back and just missed. Got very close to a perfect 3-0 week. Just fell off slightly. But hey, let's try it again, see if we can bring that home. And this week, little change up, 2 underdogs and 1 false favorite.
2 underdogs and 1 false favorite. All right, I can't think of off the top of my head which false favorite I might predict that it might be. Oh, maybe it's Green Bay. Let's see. Doug Upstone, is your false favorite this week Green Bay?
It is not, Peter. Instead, I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road at New York. Now, Ben Roethlisberger, oh my goodness, 12 touchdowns in 2 weeks. That's just flat out amazing. And when you consider, did a little research, is that in those 8 quarters of football, 12 other quarterbacks that have started at least 4 games for their various teams have not reached that pinnacle for the season. So really, just an amazing performance. Now, looking ahead, though, all this was accomplished back in the Steel City in Pittsburgh. Now they got to take that act on the road. And I'm not sure that the Jets are going to drum up a lot of support for people based on what their play. But when I look at the circumstances, I think they favor the Jets, or in this case, go against Pittsburgh, because teams off 3 straight home games going on the road as favorites by 3 or more points are 3-16 against the spread. I got Pittsburgh as a false favorite this week, Peter.
Well, I'll tell you, I agree with you on that one, and I will say I did bet the Jets on the opening number, but I also bet them very, very small. It was a very, very, I didn't have the balls to go big, so, if they get blown out by Pitt, it's not going to affect me that much. But I agree with you, and I did bet the Jets. I think you're more likely right than not on that one, at least in my opinion. All right, what's your first live underdog for us, NFL Week 10?
My first live underdog is the Miami Dolphins at Detroit. Now, Miami is really a polarizing team in the handicapping world because, you look at this team, you see a lot of things that they do well, and right now they're on a really good stretch of 3 straight wins and covers and 4 out of 5, overall. But when you look at them, the other point of view, since 2008, they're 51-53 as a straight-up record. So, they just when you start to maybe like or dislike them, they do something that goes the other way. But in this case, I think this is a pretty confident team, being able to go on the road. And I think Detroit, even though they're off a bye, and they're getting a Calvin Johnson and Reggie Bush back, I'm not sure that they're still all together and some of those defensive injuries. And I look at Miami, when they are 30-13 against the spread the last 11 years, when they play a non-AFC East team as a road underdog. I think this makes them a very palatable pooch, Peter, and I will take Miami as one of 2 live underdogs.
All right, well, this seems like it might be. This has sharp play written all over it just because, you're taking a team that's not off a bye, going on the road, playing another team that's pretty decent off a bye, getting some people back. I'm assuming the public's going to be all over Detroit here as just a small home favorite. So, you might be dead on here. This might be a contrarian play that might wind up being the sharp side. The public gets buried with Detroit. We'll see how this game turns out and where the betting action comes in. All right, what's your second live underdog for us? NFL Week 10, Doug Upstone.
Okay, now don't cringe when I tell you this one, Peter. It's the San Francisco Giants. So, hey, the Giants offense, oh my goodness, what a wreck last week, and really not all that great all season. And I'm just a little bit confused by what's going on from a coaching perspective, seemingly trying to turn Colin Kaepernick into Aaron Rodgers when he's not. Okay, he's a very good runner, he's a pretty good passer, but this is a team that needs to run the ball. Their offensive line might not be quite as good, but when I look at their record this year, they're 4-0 straight up and against the spread if they run 30 or more times, and they're 0-4 straight up and against the spread when they fail to reach that number. So that, to me, that's a real telltale sign. I think they're going to go into New Orleans. I think it's going to be back to basics for the San Francisco 49ers under Coach Jim Harbaugh, and whether the players like him or not or whatever is going there. And I think they will get the money in the Big Easy.
When that line first came out, that was what I was thinking too. I was scratching my head. I was like, San Francisco +4? That seems like the right side, and I did bet it very small, just like the Jets. Maybe I'll go bigger on it. It does seem like it's setting up to be a good spot for the Niners, kind of a contrarian play. Yeah, all right, Doug Upstone. I like your analysis this week. We'll see how it all turns out. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next week.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.